So you're at 3,500 now. What would be your dream book of business?
0. I want to retire.
So you're not running it, but you're still collecting the money. Yeah. So who's that daughter that's going to take care of the business?
Exactly. And she's coming up. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So now you just got to basically train her and have her take it over. And,
Yes.
you know, that's how you know you're doing something good, because they interviewed CEOs of companies, the kids of the CEOs.
Yes.
And I'm talking about corporate America. And they asked the kids, would you want to have the job that your mom or dad have? And they said, no. They said, why? I said, because I never see my parents.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because the sacrifice you make for a lot of success in corporate America is time.
Yes.
But that's the beauty of being a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
You buy back your time,
Yes.
right? Because you leverage a system, you leverage people, you leverage all that stuff, right? So just the fact that even one of your kids is even thinking of taking over your business says something good about what you do. Because your kids had a positive effect from your business,
Yeah.
right? Instead of a negative effect.
Right.
Right. So that's probably the one thing that any business owner or any successful person would be, that your family had a positive effect from what you were doing.
Yes.
Well,
The big struggle, I think, with women, I think probably more than men, and you know, it might be the same. Maybe men just don't show it, right? But it's the guilt that you have behind that when you are running a business, about never seeing your kids, not attending their sports events, not attending their classrooms, not being able to participate in, when they volunteer the parents, field trips, things like that. That's something that you sacrifice, and it's deep, like rooted in you as you're running the business. And although you don't show it, it's a guilt that you always have.
Yeah.
But once you see that child that actually wants to do it, then you're like, you know what? Everything was all worth it at that point.
And you know what? I think, to be honest, and I could be wrong, I might not know what the hell I'm talking about, but I think all the sports and all that kind of stuff, like, it's just really, it keeps people down mainly.
Yes.
It's a very expensive hobby.
Yes.
Unless your kid's going to go pro, you're basically wasting money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas you sacrificed maybe time with them. I don't remember if my dad showed up to my games or not, but I remember my dad busting his ass.
Yes.
I remember him being an entrepreneur. I remember him being a leader. I'm so grateful that I live in this beautiful area because of my father, because he had the vision to move to a better area. And we have this house in Campbell, which is, I mean, I would not be able to afford this house now.
Correct.
But because we got it back a long time ago, I'm able to live in a beautiful area. It's a nice area. I never understood it growing up. But now I could care less if my dad went to my game or not. I now value the fact that he was a great father, that he was a leader. He taught me the principles of success and all this kind of stuff. And so that's a lesson for, especially power women or power parents that feel very bad, like they're hurting their family or they're not around. That's not the case.
No.
At least in my perspective and yours, your kids are gonna remember the basketball game or whatever. They're gonna remember that you made the family better.
Yes.
They're gonna remember that you taught them stuff that actually works in life. They're gonna remember you doing amazing things, and that's, I think, stuff that lasts generations.
Yeah. And I think that, just for like all the listeners that do run a business and, they're always second guessing, should I continue? Should I go get a job? Regardless, you still need to make income.
Right.
So whether it be a job, you're still not going to be with your child. And now you just have to ask for permission to go to the field trip.
Exactly.
When you're self-employed, you could probably go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Or another thing is that income that you're going to get at a later time, teaching your kids how to become, entrepreneurs. So a job is never going to do that. You're going to retire and you're not going to leave anything for anyone.
Yeah. And another thing about that too is like, as an entrepreneur, it's not permanent sacrifice.
Correct.
It's only for a little while if you do it right. Because success demands that you pay the price upfront and in full. You got to put in all the effort in the beginning. In the beginning, because we had a conversation about balance, and I think balance is a myth. I think balance is bullshit. It's not about balance because there's no such thing as balance.
Right.
It's about harmony, or it's about being temporarily unbalanced so that you can have more harmony later in life. So in the beginning, when you were building Just Life Financial, like you probably felt like you were not doing what you needed to do for your family. But that was only 6 years, and now your family
felt like a lifetime.
It felt like a lifetime. Trust me, and it does. But that's just a testament to your mental toughness and your fortitude, right? Now Your family and your kids are probably like, hell yeah, mom, we don't even care that you were gone. This is awesome. And like, look, and then now they see it and they go, I could do that too. You know what I mean? Versus mom is at a job she hates and she's just struggling every single day and she's tired.
Yes.
And most people, because I worked in retirement, most people work 40, 50 years and they end up broke.
Yes.
They end up with nothing. You know, the only reason my parents are successful is because they bought real estate.
Right.